with a wave of storms that will push on in into the late afternoon evening hours today. Level 2 slight risk for severe storms in some of our easternmost counties. Eastern counties, though, and southernmost counties getting in on a bit of rain. Some heavy rain into parts of Oregon, Fulton County. Drying out, though, along I-44 and back off to the north. Even some peaks of sunshine. Add some fuel to storms that move on in again this afternoon. So a little bit of dry time by the and then I'd say around 4 or 5 o'clock, we are looking at storms starting to initiate kind of a bit north of I-44 possible. And then these begin to continue to organize a little bit better. 8 o'clock, potentially in some of our easternmost counties where we have the greatest risk for severe storms today. The primary threat with these. Then by 11 p.m., these storms are quickly moving on out and clouds day tomorrow. 70s off in our eastern counties where we still have some rain. 80 now here in Springfield. And throughout the day today, it's actually going to be a hot afternoon with a break. We'll see temperatures back 80s to low 90s for highs, and we'll continue to watch. Feels like temperatures a little bit cooler, mid 80s in our eastern counties. We'll talk more about the storm chances again today and cooler weekend coming up. We're south of I-44. Let's take you into some back parts of Oregon County, and then a few showers towards Kabul, over back towards Gainesville, Noble, into Douglas County right now. Northern Arkansas, a few widely scattered showers. None of this severe. It has brought some heavy rain in spots this morning, but we'll be watching storms trying to redevelop along a cold front heading into the mostly evening hours. That front's still off to our northwest, but it is fast moving, and it will continue to sweep through quickly into the evening hours. So I'd say by 4 o'clock, into our northernmost counties, we may see some showers and storms developing along that front closer to 4 or 5 p.m. north of I-44. The better redevelopment, though, will come kind of along in south state. This is 7 p.m. maybe back from Dent County down through parts of Taney County and heading into parts of northern Arkansas quickly after dark, but fast moving. I think it's on out of here around 11 p.m. to midnight tonight. So some storms that could be severe and will continue to quickly move out, and then cooler air moves on in fast for your Saturday. Tomorrow, though, I think we have a decent amount of cloud cover during the day. Maybe a stray shower or two clipping our far easternmost counties mostly, but it will just be a cooler kind of cloudy day. It'll be some nice relief from the heat that many of us will see this afternoon. Now, the severe threats for the day today, they're going to be on the lower end. We have a level 2 slight risk in our eastern counties. We may see some gusts up to 60 miles an hour, and there is a very low, just not zero tornado risk as well. That better chance where we have that level 2 risk in our eastern counties. Heat advisory actually issued, though, today for some back along I-49 and into northwestern Arkansas to include Carroll County. We are watching feels like temperatures this afternoon that push into the 100s as skies begin to clear a bit. We'll feel around 100 to 105, maybe isolated up to 110, mostly closer to that I-49 corridor there. Today, actual temperatures, though, still around average for many, will likely be in the low 90s. Some 80s in our eastern counties. 9 o'clock temperatures upper 70s to mid 80s, and lows tonight not too bad, mid to upper 60s waking up tomorrow morning. So we're tracking a cold front at the surface, big area of low pressure. This area of low pressure is going to be really nice for us. Behind it, wrapping around the backside, strong northerly flow tomorrow, and that will help drop our temperatures. We'll see winds gusting about 30 miles an hour possible on Saturday, and also pushing in that cooler air, but it will come with some cloud cover. So temperatures tomorrow for many will actually stay in the 70s. Some low 70s certainly possible for highs tomorrow as well too. By Sunday, we'll be back in the low to mid 80s, a little bit more sunshine, and winds will start to slow down a bit. But once again, Saturday will be a little bit breezier and certainly a lot cooler. Through in the low 90s in our eastern counties, and there is a risk for severe storms. Level 2 slight threat in our eastern counties. Winds 60 miles an hour, the greatest threat. There is a very low, just not zero as well, kind of in this area as well. So throughout the day today, storm chances going up around 4 to about dry right now, but we do have just a few lingering showers in south central Missouri, parts mostly on the lighter side, and clouds breaking up. We have some sunshine and things are heating up. Right now, we'll continue to watch rain move out and enjoy some dry with a little bit of sunshine before the late afternoon and evening hours when a cold front moves. Storm chances go up. Some maybe even on the strong to severe side this evening. Say that 5 p.m. Continuing though to quickly work its way to the south and the east. This fast, and I'd say around 11 p.m. to midnight tonight we dry on out with some cloud cover hanging around tomorrow. Temperatures right now heating up where we have some sunshine. 86 in Monette and Harrison right now 86, 76 only in Salem, 79 in West Plains. Through the day today, cloud cover breaking up in Branson right now, and we'll be back in the upper 80s to low 90s. But it's hot, it's humid, and we'll continue to watch feels like temperatures climb. Most today in the upper 80s to low 90s, a little bit cooler in some of our eastern counties. We'll talk more about that severe risk hour by hour and a look at the cooler air heading into the weekend coming up soon. Out after some morning showers and a few thunders. The heaviest of the rain has cleared our area. Right now, just a few stray showers back over into parts of in Arkansas, Boone County, and we'll continue to watch a cold front. Our next weather maker moves as we head into the evening hours. That will bring some storm chances this evening, and some could be on the severe side. This front's moving quickly though, and it will arrive here into the Ozarks by around 3-4. With storm chances going up, I'd say between 4-5 p.m. Likely starting to initiate I-44. We may see an isolated storm develop just north of it into the afternoon. Here's a look though. Clock becoming a little bit more organized south of the interstate. Heavy rain possible off quickly to the southeast, and then by around 11 p.m. most of the rain and storms have cleared our area. A brief window of opportunity from around 5 p.m. to around 11 p.m. I would say to severe storms. Then overnight we'll begin to dry out, and tomorrow cloud cover returns. Cloudy during the day, stray shower in some of our easternmost counties, wrapping around a big area of pressure, and it will be a lot cooler tomorrow as well behind this cold front. Level 2 slight storms today highlighted in yellow for our eastern counties. Greatest severe risk is obviously going to be here. The primary threat, some gusts about 60 miles an hour trying to come out of these storms. Maybe some small to hail. That's not going to be a huge threat though within many of these. And there is a very low, just not 0 to that risk may be a little bit greater in some of our eastern counties here as well, but nothing widespread in terms of storms. And like I mentioned, wind going to be kind of what we see more of coming out of these thunderstorms this evening. Until they arrive, though, it's going to get hot. Sun's coming out now. We're very humid, and we are in place along I-49 and into northwestern Arkansas today. That does include Carroll County. Feels like temperatures this afternoon around 100 to 105 degrees, maybe up 10 closer to I-49 today. But yes, between the front arriving, I should say, we are looking at really steamy conditions and far off from average though. We will be back in the low 90s, some mid to upper 80s in our east afternoon, not as hot for you. Evening temperatures ranging from the upper 70s to mid, and overnight lows will cool off back in the mid to a few upper 60s out the door tomorrow morning. What's happening? Let's talk about the cooler air arriving. This big area of low pressure diving south at the surface. We have the cold front, but around this area of low pressure, we will have a northerly flow pattern tomorrow. We have some cloud cover. We have strong northerly winds, 50 miles an hour, and cooler air will start to move on in, and a pretty refreshing weekend. Upper 70s for highs tomorrow. I even think some of you will be stuck in the low 70s tomorrow too. We'll be in the low to mid 80s on Sunday, still below average. Winds will start to decrease during the day. Cool down for the weekend. More sunshine on Sunday. Tracking one larger system basically here across the central U.S. The big area of low pressure with a cold front at the surface, bringing showers and storms across the region. Here's the front actually kind of right behind this line of showers and storms. We'll see some more storms develop actually along that boundary this afternoon, and Your risk today here across parts of the Show Me a Natural State. Level 2 slight threat here highlighted in yellow. Does include parts of Columbia, St. Louis, back down towards parts of southeastern Missouri. Level 1 threat continues through Oklahoma, Texas, and then another level 2 threat into parts of the Texas panhandle there today. Now, on the way as well, it's hot here in the Ozarks. We have a heat advisory highlighted there in orange and extreme heat in pink. That extends through parts of the Rockies into this afternoon and back over towards the west to Southern California. Regionally, if you're traveling anywhere, Tulsa's going to be a hot day, 100 for a high, partly sunny. Memphis sitting at 90, Little Rock 99 for a high afternoon. Cooler in St. Louis and Kansas City, back only in the mid 80s today, and we'll continue to look at some cooler air moving in tomorrow. Highs 68 only in Minneapolis, and tomorrow our highs will be in the 70s. A little breezy at times for the day today, coming in from the southwest. Right now, gusts only about 20 to 25 miles an hour. They will pick up though front as we head into the afternoon, but out ahead of it, 20 to 25 will be the trend. Here's the front 9 p.m. coming in from the northwest, kind of a cooler, drier wind, and we'll see some gusts overnight tonight around 30 miles an hour. Tomorrow morning, same story, a northerly winds 25 to 30 miles an hour during the entire afternoon and evening. Cool temperatures below average, and then by Sunday, still looking at a northerly wind. It will through the day. Now today, with the strong southwesterly wind, it's helped increase some moisture. Right now are about 5 to 10 degrees above for many where they were at this yesterday. It's pretty sticky outside today, and then behind that front, a big drop in humidity. The drop in humidity does look to last a while into the middle of next week, even despite our highs creep back up into the 90s. Last hot day of July will be in the upper 80s, low 90s, feeling still for many this afternoon before our next cold front moves on in. Let's take you into time frame around 5 p.m. through about 11 p.m. I would say. Damaging wind, the primary size hail, a very low, just not zero tornado risk. Level 2 slight risk in today. Level 1 marginal threat there highlighted in green for just about the rest of us. Tomorrow, these is west, or I should say east actually, of Highway 65 highlighted in yellow. That watch goes until 11 p.m. today. Right now we're tracking a few showers and a few thunderstorms now north of I-44 as the cold front begins to work its way on in. Coverage storms will continue to increase as we head into the next couple of hours. Here's a look at 5:30 and where storms start to organize a little bit more south of I-44 and east of Highway. Once again, there is the potential for an isolated spin-up tornado. Many storms be below severe limits and will contain maybe some gusty winds. It's still our primary threat, but risk closely. Severe threat kind of wraps up around, I'd say, 11 p.m. today as rain moves. Opportunity for severe weather, and then tomorrow cloud cover increases across the entire area. Today, temperatures rebounding after morning rain back into the 90s for many and feeling right now many heat indices around 100 to 105. 107 is what it feels like. 103 in Camdenton. The next couple of hours will drop back into the low 80s at 8 o'clock. And then tonight, overnight lows cooling off a bit more back into the mid to upper 60s. We'll talk about forecast ahead as well coming up soon over the last 30 minutes. And I want to point that out so you can see how quickly these moving, tracking off to the east. This will be a fast moving system for us as we head into the overnight hours tonight. It clears on out, so severe threat really winds down by around p.m. for the entire area, so many will rest easy overnight tonight. But the front's starting to work its way in, and we are looking at a level 2 slight risk for severe storms today east of 65. This is here in our Missouri counties. We also have a tornado watch until 11 p.m. today. Tracking wind gusts possible within a few of these thunderstorms, some heavy rain, some lightning. By 7 p.m. the line of storm up closer to I-44 and then working their way here into south central Missouri by around 9. And then you notice on out of here back towards the Boot Heel. already at 11:30. Now tomorrow, different. We'll add more cloud cover. Should be a kind of a little dreary of a day, but it is going to feel great. We'll see maybe a few sprinkles here and there. I'd say they're mostly going to be north of I-44, east of Highway 65 as well. And then as we head into the overnight hours, clearing on out. Today's severe threats, maybe 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts. That's certainly going to be kind of our primary greatest. See within these storms, some quarter-sized hail possible, certainly not widespread. Tornado threat. That's going to be on the lower side. Of course, there is a tornado watch. A tornado or two could be possible. So we'll be watching out for that. Now ahead of the cold front today, after the morning showers, it's been a good afternoon, and I'm sure many of you guys have felt it. There has been a heat advisory today. It was issued for counties along 9 into northwestern Arkansas to include Carroll County. That expires at 8 p.m. today. Temperatures in the 100s. By around 9 o'clock, upper 70s to mid 80s. Overnight lows should be pretty mild, mid to upper 60s waking up, and highs tomorrow a lot. We'll be back in the 70s only for highs, some mid to upper 70s, and maybe even stuck in the 60s. Like that's really that bad right now for tomorrow afternoon in some of our easternmost counties. A little bit from the heat. And here's what's happening. Tracking this big area of low pressure, of course, at the surface is pushing through. But wrapping around that low pressure, we have some strong northerly flow, and that's going to help cooler and drier air for the weekend ahead that we get to enjoy. By Sunday, we'll warm back up into the 80s, mid 80s, partly sunny, and winds will start to decrease during the day. Should be a nice cooler morning. Waking up in the low to mid 60s and some cooler mornings. Set foot on the moon, NASA had to answer one big question. What did the lunar surface to one of humanity's greatest achievements when Apollo 11 astronauts became the first people to walk on the moon? Yeah, winds picking up just a bit in some spots right now. Some gusts about 25 miles an hour, 26 here in Springfield. Looks like the front starting to work its way on in. See winds shift a bit, becoming a little bit more westerly, lining up in some of our northern and western counties. We'll continue to watch some showers and storms develop along that front, and winds picking up heading into the evening and overnight hours tonight. Coming in from the northwest, gusts overnight and tomorrow around 25 to 30 miles an hour, and will stay pretty gusty throughout the day. And it will be a cooler, drier wind for us by around 3 o'clock, and some cloud cover will have the day. Winds will start to decrease during the day on Sunday. I do want to mention, feels like temperatures are still hot. 100 to 105 on average, a little bit hotter towards Mountain Home, Salem, and 95 is what it feels like in West Plains, one of the cooler spots in our area. Front, drier air moving on in, and your muggy meter shows conditions looking a lot better this week. It does look like it hangs on for quite some time into the middle of next week with slightly lower humidity. Temperatures begin to climb back into the middle 90s. Thunderstorm, currently nothing severe. Severe risk going up though or two, and we'll continue to watch that threat through around 11 p.m. today. We'll continue to see a few more showers and storms this evening and early overnight, upper 70s. Overnight lows will be back in the mid to upper 60s, waking up in the morning tomorrow, not too easy overnight as well. And we'll continue to see temperatures cooling off. Your feels like temperature weekend and at the start of next week. We'll talk more about the big weekend changes coming up on KY3 News at 5. Low east of Highway 65. That goes until 11 p.m. We'll watch storms developing now, and we'll continue to try and grow a little bit more in cover. Hours currently situated in some of our northern, northeasternmost counties, and storms, but nothing widespread. As we head into the rest of your evening, we'll watch by around 7, 8 o'clock, mostly south of the interstate, east of 65. Severe wind is our primary threat within these storms today, as well as some brief heavy rain moving, and this system should be on out of here by around 11 p.m. today, and we'll have some cloud cover for much of the day as well. Temperatures right now, we have some upper 80s to mid 90s. Humid day today with feels like temperatures in the 100s. The next couple of hours Humid conditions continue. Upper 70s by around 10, but lows tonight not too bad. Mid to upper cooler day tomorrow that we'll talk about coming up soon. A few isolated showers and still mostly in some of our northeastern counties. Stray shower in Howell County about to move into Oregon County. Heavy rain over towards Rolla right now, kind of along I-44. Southern Pulaski County looking at a bit of some heavy rain north of Roby and continuing to watch these off to the east. Cold fronts starting to work its way on in. We are tracking severe storms into the evening hours with the level 2 slight threat for the day today. You go lower, the risk is going to be level 1 marginal threat there. So let's time this out for you. The next couple of like as the front continues to push closer to I-44, we may start to see a few more of these begin to develop and kind of fire off and try to organize a little bit more. We won't look at widespread by any means this evening, and we have kind of a short window of opportunity, we'll say, from about now all the way through 11 p.m. today, because this front is going to be moving through the area. Here's a look at 11. Rain and storms off towards the Boot Heel will dry on out. Big area of low pressure. We'll have some more cloud cover for the day tomorrow, and we may see a few very icy during the day, mostly east of 65. Nothing severe, but some big changes. A lot cooler. Your severe threats today: wind gusts 60 to 70 miles an hour, kind of the maybe some quarter-size hail, and there is a very low, just not zero, tornado risk, of course, closely for you over the next few hours. It's also just been a hot, humid, very heat advisory goes until 8 p.m. for areas along I-49 back into Carroll County and North Arkansas as well. Temperatures this evening still warm by 9 o'clock. We have many. Overnight tonight, though, not too bad. Mid-60s out the door, mid to upper 60s waking up. Tomorrow, we really don't warm up too much more. Some of you could even stay in the 60s only for high cover and much cooler air ushering in behind this front. Here's kind of what's happening at the surface. And then this big area of low pressure. Around an area of low pressure, we have clockwise rotation. That's going to give us this pretty strong northerly flow tomorrow, and wind gusts could be miles an hour tomorrow, but it is pushing in some cooler and drier air for us. This weekend, 70s only for highs tomorrow, a little breezy, more cloud cover though. The sunshine by Sunday will warm up into the mid 80s, still a little bit below average. It should be stick for your Sunday afternoon.
In the duck pond has been money for the local Lions Club since 1948. Before switching to plastic ducks, tried to catch plastic fish, plastic frogs, or real ducks.
Let's see which one I can get wrong today.
Oh, come on. All right.
I'm going to say A.
Okay, I'll go with you on that. Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say it's A or C. Right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Boom. The fair is underway, by the way. All right, there is a threat tonight for storms.
Yes, wind the primary threat. We may see some heavy rain, a tornado or two, and of course,
we'll be happy for that. Quieter and cooler, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Thanks.